tell us a little bit, if you don't mind, about your path to becoming a coach. Like, how did you become a college football coach?
Well, I can tell you that. I'll give you a step by step. I lived in Orange, Texas, grew up in an uneducated, poor family. I started off, I shined shoes early on, threw newspapers. I never played like Little League football or any foot. I was working. So anyway, Coach called me over, Coach Frank Moats put his arm around me. He said, "How come you're not out for football?" I was in a PE class. I said, "Well, I don't know, Coach. I never have played. I've been busy working." He said, "I think you could play." So anyway, long story short, I go out. Man, he was a great coach, great guy. And then all the way through, Coach Bob Woodruff was all my coaches all the way through junior high and high school were demanding people. They pushed me to be more than I could probably have been on my own, but they were always thought they cared about me. During that time, there was a family, the opposite side of the town, the Stark family, Stark High School in Orange, now West Orange Stark.
Yeah, sure.
That family, I got to know one of them, the father, through his daughter. So one of the girls at junior high kind of romance thing. I go over to their house, and I've told people, I spoke at the guy's funeral when he passed away. I said, I don't know if I ever impressed the girls that much, but the dad liked me. He's 90, class of 41.
Yeah.
And so at one point in there, about junior high, 9th grade or so, 10th grade, he said, "Slocum, my boy, I got to take you up to Aggieland. I got to take you up. We'll go up to the Texas game." And then he was taking me on the Kerrville on a hunting trip. So we went through A&M. That's the first college campus I'd ever been on in my life.
Nice.
No one in my family had ever gone to college. But through the polishing of those coaches, I got better in football and learned so much about life. And I got scholarships to go to college, to be the first in my family to go to college. I said, if I could someday play the role in another young man's life that my coaches played in my life, had nothing to do with money at all. But that appealed to me so much that I went into coaching and just started. Coached 2 years at Lake Charles High School, quit my job, loaded up everything I had and moved to Manhattan, Kansas to be a graduate assistant. I didn't even know what they were going to pay me. Fast forward, I came to A&M with Coach Emory Ballard in 1972. The way I did, I came home, I was at Kansas State, got elevated, hired full-time at Kansas State. So I came home for Christmas, and I went over and visited the University of Houston. I had a high school coach of mine, was an assistant there. He gets me off the side. They were getting ready for a bowl game. And he said, "Hey, as soon as this game's over, we're going up to A&M. Emory Ballard has got the A&M job, and we're going to go with him." That was Melvin Robertson and Ben Hurt. And I said, "Dang, man, I'd love to go with you. I'd love to go. I love A&M.
Yeah.
He said, "Well, give him a call and use us as a reference." So I came home, got home that night, got up next morning at 3:30, and I drove the old 105.
Yep.
Drove all the way to College Station. I was there sitting on the steps of G. Riley White about 7 in the morning. Waited about 45 minutes, and Coach Ballard's assistant came in, and she says, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm here. I can see Coach Ballard." She said, "Well, today's not a good day. It's his first day on the job, and he's got a full schedule with the media and got coaches here to interview." I said, "Well, I know all that, but if I can just," she said, "Does he know you?" I said, "Well, not really. I wrote him a letter not long ago." She said, "Well, come on in." So I stayed there, and about 1:45, his assistant, Hazel Grubbs, came out and she said, "Look, Coach Ballard knows that you've been here all day, and he's got a little short window at 4 o'clock today. And if you want to wait till then, he'll see you, but just for a minute." I said, "That's perfect." So I went in at 4 o'clock and just started telling Emory all the reasons why he should hire me.
You talked earlier about, other than my dad, the person that probably had the most influence on my life was my high school basketball coach. I remember when I was in 8th grade, I was playing football, I was playing baseball, kind of like everybody in Texas did. We got this new coach, Clayton Brooks, and he came down to watch the 8th graders who were coming in. And I was the only one that could shoot a layup with his left hand and his right hand. And he walked over to me, Coach Brooks did, and said, "I want you to play basketball for me. I think you could be really good." And those two words literally changed the course of my athletic career. It changed the course of my professional career. You're right, man. Coaches have anybody that's played sports before, particularly for a really good coach, knows what an incredible influence that a coach can have on young people.